when we did the alley fight, that was a Madison Square Garden event, and it sold out not only the garden, but they had to go to the forum next door and sell
Nice.
tickets to be at that because everybody wanted to see this match because it's one of a kind. Vince Sr. came to me and said, "I'm going to have a match between you and Pat that they'd never seen before." And I said, there's not too many matches I haven't seen." So I wait for him to tell me what it was. He said, "Well, I want you guys to have a match. I'm going to call it the alley fight, where you wear whatever you want to wear in the match. No rules, no time limit, uh, and there's got to be a winner." And I said, "Oh, well, it sounds kind of like some of the matches I've seen." He said, "No, there's one other stipulation." I said, "What's that?" "No referee." "What? What do you mean, no referee?" "There's not going to be a referee because you guys keep knocking the referee down or getting disqualified, and we're going to have a match where there's going to be a winner because you can't hurt anybody outside the ring. You can't, get yourself disqualified." And okay, that sounds interesting. So I'm not thinking a whole lot about it. And Jimmy, as you know, sometimes things progress pretty quickly. And Ernie Roth, who was my manager, the Grand Wizard, I called him the General. We were about an hour before the match, and I went and hadn't spoken to anybody about the match. And I said to Ernie, "Ernie, I got a question for you." He said, "What is it, Sarge?" I said, "No rules, no referee, no, uh, you wear whatever we want to wear." And I went through the whole thing. He goes, "Yep, yep." I said, "How does this end?" "If there's no referee, how does the match end?" He goes, "Yeah, that is a good question." He says, "I'll be right back." So he left for about 10 minutes. He came back. He says, "Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Just go out there and have your match." Okay. Little did I know, that he had talked to Vince Sr., and I guess Vince said, "We're just going to let them kill each other until it's too late." And so we're having this match, and I wouldn't quit. And it's where Sgt Slaughter really became the name that he was, because I wouldn't quit. I was bleeding to death. I mean, I didn't mean to have it happen, but I went over the turnbuckle. Pat slingshot me over the turn to the turnbuckle, but I missed the turnbuckle and hit the damn
Post.
steel post. And as
Oh,
soon as I felt the burn in my head, I thought my head was probably cracked open, and I looked down and there's blood everywhere. I mean, it's just pouring out of me. And I kept fighting and fighting, and I, kept trying to come back in and try to come back in, and there's no referee to stop me.
right.
So all of a sudden, corner of my eye, as I'm crawling back into the ring, I see this object, and I look over and it fell. So I climbing back into the ring some more, and I look again and hear Ernie threw a towel in to stop the match. That's what he wanted to find out, I guess, from Vince Sr. And I was so mad. I was so mad because I didn't want to lose that way. I wanted to continue fighting. And they just grabbed me and made me go back. And I see the old man, Vince McMahon Sr., leaving the arena, leaving Madison Square Garden. And when I got back there, I mean, they were attending me. As soon as I got back there, they had ice on my head and putting stitches in me before I even got to the dressing room. And it was just one of a kind matches, and I don't think I've ever seen it since or before. I don't know if it's out of just our honor, Pat and I, that we had a match that was one of a kind, but I've never seen another one. I've been waiting all these years to see somebody have an alley fight, but I've never seen another one. Maybe they don't think they could duplicate it or whatever, but
Right.
you see cage matches, you see all these other matches that they do over and over and over, but I've never seen another alley fight. So I
Yeah.
guess maybe it was in our honor that they never wanted to have another one. I'm not sure. Never
They've
figured that out.
well, they've had since then what they call street fights, but it's not the same thing.
Right.
It's because today when they do a match like that, they introduce all kinds of weapons
Right.
and stuff like that, and you guys just beat the tar out of each other.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing we had was what we brought in with us.
Yeah.
Pat
Right.
had a belt and cowboy boots on, and I had combat boots on, and that was about all we brought in there,
Right.
And but I had a bunch of boot camp matches, but I had the referee on the floor.
Right.
He only went in to count or ask if somebody wanted to submit.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went back on the floor. But that's as close as I ever saw to a match without a referee. And as you two know, it's pretty damn hard not to have a match without a referee. That
really
third
is.
man is very, very, very important.
So
And
Sarge,
unfortunately, they abuse it so much today. But